Hey, what's up guys, my name is Rampage, and in this video I'll be comparing the Skyrim vanilla textures to the HD texture pack, and also including a few mods that I've included into the actual game itself. And then at the end of the video I'll show you a massive overhaul on pretty much any of the towns within the game. So as you can see, obviously these are the vanilla textures within Skyrim, and they're not the greatest. Like, some of the textures look okay, but then the rest are kind of bland or blurry. The water doesn't really look all that great. There's no distinct difference between like the actual textures itself. Like, it's not smooth. Just the overall textures themselves don't really look too bad, but there's just a lot of them that look really horrible. Like the chains, it's just 2D images. The foliage doesn't really have any volume to it. Again, it's just 2D. The cabbages, I don't know. I don't really mind the cabbages in this game, but for some reason, the another mod later down the track, I'll show you that it completely rehauls that. But anyway, so here's just some stills of the textures up close. That's the ground. These are the wall textures, kind of. Not really walls, but whatever. But there's a rock texture that looks absolutely horrible. Now, there's the rope textures, as you can see there. There's just, again, another 2D image. The trees, I don't think I actually play with any other tree textures, but whatever. Here's the vanilla snow textures, and there's just whatever. That's at some other place. I think Helgarn, I think. But anyway, here's the vanilla textures plus the HD texture pack. So it's not really a massive increase in texture quality, but for what the actual texture pack actually does, it does quite a bit to the textures. But for the file size, I believe it's like 3 gigs for this HD texture pack. It doesn't really include a massive overhaul in the actual overall texture quality, which isn't really a good thing, because, you know, you download that extra, say, 3 to 4 gigs or whatever of file space, but then it doesn't really change all that much. Like, I'm sure it changes every texture in the game, but it's not to the point where it's actually high definition, which is a massive, massive problem when, you know, you try to call something high definition when it actually isn't. And again, the chains in the game don't change at all for some reason. Bethesda thought, you know, let's just leave it, don't even worry about it. But yeah, the overall textures, like, they don't look too bad with this HD texture pack, but they don't look as good as you would hope that they would look like. Now again, here's some stills of the ground texture. Wall textures, these two textures don't really change at all. The ground texture was a different part, but a noticeable change is the actual rock textures, which aren't as blurry as they were before. The ropes are still exactly the same. Trees look exactly the same. They might look slightly better, but I don't really see a difference in that. But the snow has more depth to it. Not really depth, but more sort of defined details. But anyway, here is the realistic texture overhaul mod. Now this pretty much retextures every texture in the game apart from those rocks to the right there. For some reason they didn't retexture those, but the ground, as you can see here, it just looks amazing. It's just more detailed, and again, these rocks here don't really change anything at all. They just left them out, and I think they're the same texture as the rocks before. But yeah, basically this mod just pretty much changes most of the textures, or the quality of the textures. I think I see a little bit of a difference in the actual foliage quality, but the ground here, adding grass, just looks amazing. The ground with mud and stuff just looks so good. And I would say that this is kind of just a ground and some sort of building texture mod. Like, it doesn't really change a whole lot to the actual game, but then again, what it did change, it makes a lot of difference. Now again, here's some stills of the realistic texture overhaul mod. Again, that's the ground, the same texture as before. The wall texture. And then here's a texture of the grass that we saw before. And some mud, or whatever that is. It kind of looks like mud. Snow looks just amazing. I won't be changing this. There's another mod that's called Real Snow, which looks great as well, but I think I would rather keep the realistic texture overhaul mod for that particular thing. Now this mod is the static mesh improvement mod with the real texture overhaul mod as well. So as you can see, the barrels have changed. The barrels actually add a lid to them, and ropes actually look like ropes. I really don't understand how Bethesda didn't actually put these in, but whatever. Now, I decided to use this this town because it had a lot of ropes everywhere, so that sort of really took into account that you could see the mod properly, and there's loads of other things that are included in it as well. And here you can see kind of the chains are actually 3D chains. Here there's a quick picture of the barrel changing animation. Ropes. Cabbages. Now you can see that they're more rounded, which is, I don't know why they decided to change that, but yeah, okay, whatever. Now this is my sort of mod list, and I'll leave the actual mods that I use in the description below. But yeah, these, like, it just changes pretty much everything. And there you can see the rock textures change dramatically. Now the just the environment just looks so much better. Yeah, I'm just going over the textures we saw before. Not too shabby. The mountains look great. Now I'm just going to go up to the water. Now you can see that the water has changed dramatically. There, I'm using pure water, which it just makes it look so much better. And I'm also using grass and grass. I think that's what the mod's called. It's not lush grass, but it adds a dickload more grass to the game. Lush grass, I think, kind of just adds more lag to the game, I think. But I don't know. But this mod right here just pretty much overhauls the whole town, which it's just crazy. I'll leave this texture mod in the description as well. But you got to make sure that you don't have a 2 GB graphics card and you're trying to run 2K textures on top of that, because your frame rate will just drop dramatically and you'll probably end up crashing, because right here I'm using basically 2 gigs of VRAM, which is the maximum of what my graphics card can actually handle, on top of all of those other mods that I had before. So if you want a performance benchmark of the mods that I use, the HD texture pack and also the vanilla game, I'll make that video as well. And I'm looking forward to modding more of Skyrim, and I'll give you guys, you know, differences between other mods as well. But anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. My name is Rampage, and I'll see you in the next video.